Guys, welcome back to Clash of Clubs. I'm Dylan. They just got punched in the mouth. They didn't even know how to react.
That is one Derby Diamond.
I'm Mila. Do we want to do a little prediction? That was the last time they showed initiative to go get a fucking player.
City is still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero.
I'm Grant. They're talking a lot about you 15. How will you respond 15?
We downgraded from Peppa. Do you know how absurd that is?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash of Clubs. This is episode 73. There are 7 combined points in this chat. One team went down to 10 men. We will get into all of that in a second. We'll hit Leeds versus City with Foden being Foden. United squeaking by Palace at 4 o'clock in the morning. I have been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to say that multiple times because I'm very tired, and there's a chance that I slip up with something. And then we will cap the episode off with Chelsea versus Arsenal. That Chelsea went down to 10 men and then got a point. And then we will do midweek mayhem.
Midham.
Midham is sorry. I have the fact that Paqueta got a red card by just jarring off to the referee for 4 minutes straight while Liverpool players were trying to literally hold him off. That guy is so betting. Like, I don't know what draft he's got. It's what's happening. Allegedly. Anyways, plug. We're at 111 subscribers. 111. Road to 500 at some point in the future, right? But as you guys could see, we started uploading a little differently. We're going to do 5 things videos right after the games. So if you want to hear everybody's in-depth analysis on their particular team, just go to those videos. We started uploading new thumbnails and doing all that fun stuff. We are also posting on all of our socials. And yeah, Predicky Counter. I'm awesome this week. I get to be awesome this week. Grant is still searching for his Predicky. It'll happen at some point. I'm curious to see what team it is. But we all got 2, I'm sorry. I got 2 correct results this week. You guys got 1 with City. With City. But that's okay. That's okay. Grant, if you had to guess what your Predicky's is going to be, what team do you think you're going to get it on?
Probably like a City game against like 13th place, if I had to guess. Like a 3-1, 4-1 type of game.
The hardest to predict.
Yeah, well,
this game was supposed to be a 4-1, 4-0 game.
Yeah, it's so
true. What did I predict?
4-1, I believe.
One day, right? One of those will hit.
One day. One day. Anyways, let's get into it. Mila, you called it a spooky win in your 5 things, so I kind of want you to elaborate, and we'll go from there.
I think spooky's the best way to put it. Had the most dangerous lead in football for the first half. Foden opened the scoring in the first minute, so automatically, I thought Leeds would be on the back foot, but they weren't. I think they had really good energy throughout the entire game. I don't know if you guys watched, but I was really impressed with the energy they put forth and the way that they just pulled themselves up at halftime and came out still pressed. I think they executed on their part really well. I have questions for our thought process on some things. But other than that, yeah, spooky.
Spooky is the right word. I mean, what should have been a easy game really just got hindered by self-inflicted wounds. Like, everything that happened wrong for City towards the back end was all self-inflicted. There was multiple times in the first half that you guys were playing out of the back in certain situations where you're just like, just clear it. Especially with Donnarumma in net now. That has to be the new cycle of the team. Is just you have to know to boot it.
Yeah, I don't see the point of forcing it, especially if you could see that a team is very adept to the pressing on the day. Then I don't understand the thought process to continue to play out the back. And I think the only person that I noticed that cleared the ball out in those situations was Cherky, who didn't start the game. He came on late in the game. But just had to get the ball up the pitch and let us do work up their mentality rather than letting them put us in dangerous situations in our own third.
Yeah. Just hey, there is some good out of this. This was the first win for City when Holland hasn't scored this season, which like that's a sign of progression in itself. Right?
Yeah,
It has to
think
be.
no, I think it is, but I do think the need for that goal scoring winger is evident more than ever now. Just looking at who's scored for us in the past however many games in the 2 years, I think Gvardiol's our second highest scorer behind Holland. He doesn't have that many goals, so it's like definitely need a goal scoring winger because I think we're full in the midfield. There's no room to insert someone in there, but where we do have room is that winger position. So I definitely want to see that or someone step up in the players that we do have, but they have about a month to do so.
Yeah, Grant, this was the big change for City's lineup was inserting Reinders in for Cherky. Did you see anything from that change that made you think anything differently of Manchester City?
No, I mean, I feel like they've been using Cherky in that winger role where they're able to have that freedom to get inside. And Foden again being prioritized there, shifting Bernardo out. I really think it's just trying to get Reinders acclimated. Had a really good game against Wolves, but again, we've seen what Wolves are, so we know there's a talent there. But I feel like the way the league has changed so rapidly, how there's such an emphasis on the physical side of the game now, that's kind of the consequences. It's taking a little longer for players to be up to speed there. So I really think it's just trying to find the right times to get him involved. And again, Leeds at home, that's a perfect game to have a little bit more freedom to express himself. So I think it's just about putting him in the right positions for when the time does come and he needs to be ready, he will be. So yeah, just finding the right spots for him.
Yeah, I actually thought he was really good in this match. He was really good in the areas that you're talking about, the ground duels and just kind of the defensive parts of the game physically, where I thought he was up to it for the first time. Whereas like in other matches, he's probably been off the pace a little bit, especially coming from Italy where the game's just so much slower. You can tell that like the half second stuff isn't there. And I've been saying for a little bit now, I think that the best version of City is with him in it, just because I don't know how many games you can go into with Bernardo and Nico in the midfield, and if that's including Foden, where you're gonna be able to beat teams like Leeds, right? Because they're just gonna put physical athletes to kind of counter you. But Mila, what did you see from the midfield in this one?
Yeah, I thought they were good. I thought they worked hard and did well. A lot of our game plan, I talked about it in the five things, is that we just fill that midfield up every game, and then we let the fullbacks offer us that width, and I think that's why at the start of games in the first halves we see dominance in that in those areas, and I think that's where a lot of our success came from in the beginning of this game. As the game goes on and those fullbacks wind down a little bit, I think that's where the issues come in for Nunes when he's just a little more tired, and then those issues can arise. At the end of the day, I think both the issues were just team issues, though, not necessarily like one player messed up. And yeah, I thought the midfield was good, though. I think they did the physical stuff that they need to do, like you were saying.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it back to you here because I want you to wax poetic about Phil Foden, because we're gonna title this "Foden Changes Everything" because I think that's really the truth. So I'm giving you the stage to talk about Mr. Phil Foden.
Yay. Yeah, you guys know my my love for Phil. He's been one of our guys for the past 7 years. Um, I don't know. I think I just have a lot of fans have a special attachment to him for what he means to the club, and it was hard to see that last season. But he's clearly back. Whether you want to just say it's the eye test or what his coach is saying or what he's coming out and saying in the press conferences, he looks like he's back. This is vintage Foden stuff to me that he won the PFA for, where he leads the team when someone like Holland can't get a goal. He opened up the scoring in the first minute. He closes out the game with a game-winning goal in one of the dying minutes in the extra time. I know it was like 10 minutes, but um, I don't know. It just says a lot about him. I don't even think I have much to say on his performances because outside of the Newcastle game, I think he's been performing at this level. And it was just about time for him to get these G&A on the board. But just what he means to the club and his commitment to the club is, I don't think we can replace it. And it's super important. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's the heart of the team. Grant, you and me had talked about Mr. Phil Foden quite a bit last season, and we had our say since we're rivals. But go ahead, your turn to talk about Foden.
Yeah, I think like Mila said, I mean, we've kind of been ahead of the curve in terms of him getting back up to speed in terms of what we expect. Another new role that he's being asked to understand. But again, I think it's another thing we've been saying with Pep where he'll find a solution. It's not like it's just going to be what he's currently has at his disposal. You're going to have to ask more different things out of certain players. That's going to have to be a part of it too. So for him to be able to adapt into this 8 role, I think it's really important. And like also Mila was saying, less more on the performances, but more of we've known that they need someone else to step up that isn't Holland. You can't just have one guy. Again, you'll have Doku chip in, you'll have other guys chip in, but you need to have a second guy that you can also rely on. So Foden needs to continue to hold himself to that standard. He's definitely capable. And if they want to challenge for the title, you're going to have more than just Holland there every week. So Foden to I think it's important, and not saying that he won't, but you have to continue to be that guy. He needs to continue to, like he is doing, to be another guy that can be relied upon to carry that weight on his shoulders. So I think that's really what it comes down to for Foden for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I think that his performances change everything. He really is the lifeline of the City side, and I think every team has one where you look at them and you point at them and you go, that's the guy that gets us over the hump on any given week. Whereas, like, we know the floor is Holland, and right, he gives you whatever he's going to give you. But when you need a win, when your back is against the wall, there is always one player that steps up in these moments. And I think throughout City's run, it was Gundogan for a period. Obviously, KDB did a bunch of stuff there. And then Foden did it at the very end before last season. And this feels like the start of him sparking that again, where in the biggest moments when Manchester City need something, he's the guy there again, where it falls to him. And it's just about him making the shot.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day with him, it's mainly mentality. Like we've heard from multiple sources and himself that the mental was just not there last year. And then I saw quotes about how he was just like he couldn't sleep about the Newcastle misses. He could have got us the 3 points on the day, and then he comes out and does this and leads us to a win. Like you said, I do think he's the heart, and we have a couple of guys that have that, but he definitely is the core of it, and he needs to keep going in all aspects, whether it be technically or mentally. I think he can lead us to a very nice season, but we got to stay locked in.
Yeah, that's probably the bigger talking point on the day itself is just being locked in. Because City weren't, and you guys still came away with 3 points, but you do that against a better side on any given day, and you're dropping 3 points.
And that was kind of one more thing I had to say on it. Foden definitely does change everything in the attacking sense, but just as importantly, that's not the only thing that needs to be addressed for City to go on and run away and become champions once again. A lot of it does come down to how easy it is to get at them at times. And like you said, they just weren't locked in, self-inflicted errors. You can get away with it against Leeds at home. Not a lot of teams in the league that you can get away with it. So that's also something that'll come with more time together, the back line. But yeah, that's it. Still multiple things to be addressed, but they're definitely capable.
For City, for me, it's how quickly can they get Rodri back, right? Like Rodri also is just the kind of the base. I'm not expecting him to play every week, but from a if you can get him to play all the Prem games, right? Like this is usually where City kind of weather the storm, and then they go on a run of like 14 unbeaten.
And I think that's still the plan.
Right.
I know I talk about it a lot, but January, February is usually when we kick into gear. this next month is going to be super tough for all Prem teams. There's so many fixtures, and we just have to hold on, keep everyone alive, and walk away with a good amount of points. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I think every team's going to drop points in this run. But once we get to January, February, if Rodri is in full gear with the Nico G, and we want to throw Reinders in there, I think this team can change up a lot in terms of just what type of style of footy we want to play if we have Rodri back. Because then we could play a Rodri Nico G that changes up our midfield so much. It offers so much just control and
Makes you
power.
better physically too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I do understand easing him back in, especially with his difficulties after the ACL recovery. But I do think it's all part of the plan. Kind of like the Palmer thing, minus the setback. I guess the setbacks are the same. They both have
They are the
little
same.
setbacks. Get these guys going though, and the team's completely different, and they're already second and third in the league. So I think it's really exciting to see what Chelsea and City can offer once their talisman come back in the squad.
Cool. I agree with all that. Do we want to switch gears to United?
Okay. Go for it, King.
I don't expect you guys to have anything on the match because it literally was this morning at 4 a.m. Like I got out of bed and struggled to find a stream.
Boo-boo.
Yeah.
I'm not going stream searching at 4:30 in the morning for not my team.
I did, and I almost went.
No, your team.
No. But
I woke up at half. I checked. I saw the 1-0 little fist pump. Had to take care of business, and then check the score. It's 2-1. I was very disappointed when I turned the TV on because I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I didn't check the score after the 1-0. Rushed downstairs, get the TV on. Shucks.
What happened?
I heard they were very wasteful in the first half, Palace. United just took advantage of a wasteful team. So if you can give us a quick rundown, Dylan, that'd be lovely.
Yeah. The definition of tale of two halves, right? And I think that's been my understanding of Crystal Palace this season is with European competitions. They've really struggled with just staying healthy and fit. And like, obviously Sarr went down. Kamada was kind of struggling the whole game. He ended up playing the full 90, but struggled. But most of the time it was just like the first half was just ugly. Like United started off well and then Palace just kind of seized control. Wharton in this game in particular was really, really fucking good. Like another guy who, if United are just like looking at center midfield targets, had another great audition. Yeah. And then, at the end of the first half or like the 38th, Euro put in a bad tackle. He's had a really tough go at it recently. And not having any real rotation for him has been tough. I think that this is usually where you want to pull back on the young guy and put someone else in, which Mazzarari came in around the 58th, I think, and did a really good job.
Back?
At right center back and looked great.
Probably that's his best spot in this team.
Yeah, who knew? But really, tale of two halves. Like Mateta scored a pen and then it got disallowed because he double touched it. Well, but now the new rule is if you double touch it, you get to retake it
on accident. Because of the Julian Alvarez situation.
Yep. So he scored again. They did the boom, boom, boom music, and then the second half, great. United became set piece FC, and two really good. Kind of just caught Palace off guard twice. Like Xerxes put together a really good finish, and
his goal was nice.
But from that point on, once he had the confidence, he just went on. And then Mount, who's been United's like unsung hero throughout this portion of the season, when he's healthy, put together a really nice finish.
Big asterisk.
Yeah, huge when he's been healthy.
I think every time we talk about Mount, it ends with when he's healthy.
When he's like that's the only that's been the worst part this season is in the years past or the other like seasons I've been like he's just not been great when he's been on the field.
No, he's been.
But now he's been very good, but he just hasn't been healthy. This was like his first full 90 in some time. I think he actually that might be his first full 90 in a very like maybe Chelsea. Yeah.
He bulked up his last year with us, started to get those muscle injuries, but even before that, the performances started to drop off. Like it almost seemed like he wasn't even capable of the things he was capable of before he bulked up. And then I'm not saying that's what led to the injuries, but the two do coincide. To your point, it's kind of hard to get a foot into a team when you consistently get hurt. So, I mean, you got to give a grace in that sense that it must be hard to adapt, especially with seeing multiple managers come through the door while barely being able to play. So he's always been praised for being a smart player, intelligent player. Managers love him. He always gets picked. You're seeing why.
Yeah.
In a team that's trying to get an understanding of what they're trying to do, he does know what he's supposed to do in that position. That's where he thrived. So, yeah, happy for him that he's able to stay fit.
This was just a good bounce back performance from United.
He's been up since 4, guys.
I've been up since 4.
Leave him alone.
I've been up since 4. Don't destroy me in the comments. Everybody kind of just had a good performance pretty much outside of Euro. I thought Shaw was really good in this one, but to encapsulate it always comes down to it. Yeah. But to kind of sum up the performance, it ended with Leeds coming on in the 82nd. And that's awesome. Like the fact that the Butcher is back and I got to watch him literally like within 5 minutes of him being on the pitch, he just fucking shoves some dude to the ground. Like totally uncalled for, but just very Butcher-esque. And United kind of lack an edge at sometimes. And I think that he just kind of provides
it. I'll give you that.
he just provides it. He walks a tightrope, but
yeah,
that's okay.
And I'm intrigued to see how his game kind of coincides with the huge change in how the league's going now, where it's just everything's about physicality being in the air. We know he's no slouch physically, and his aerial stats aren't the worst, but again, he is 5'9", playing center back. All these teams with long throws now. I'm not saying he's going to completely be useless, but I am intrigued to see kind of how teams look at that, because that's kind of how a lot of teams approach games now. They just try to find one thing and go at it, and kind of take all other variables out of the game. So I'll have my eye on that.
I'm not as concerned about it because I didn't think that he was that bad in the air. And also, Luke Shaw is currently playing the position. He's 5'10". It's not like the difference in size has been.
I don't know.
But I do want to switch gears on United because the stat came up today, and it's the truth. Our United set piece FC, they currently lead or tied in the lead with Arsenal for most set piece goals on the season. It seems to be United's go-to whenever they're in a rut. They get the ball to Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes either makes something happen or someone he's playing the ball to makes it happen. Which, from where it started this season, which was United couldn't keep the ball out of their own net on set pieces, it's randomly, obviously, Layman's just being in net helps a ton, but
just having a goalkeeper
helps. And then they've just kind of figured out how to be productive, and United just aren't, unfortunately, with the injuries and stuff like Xerxes and Mount to a certain extent, just like in open play haven't been the best, and they don't play all the time, so you can't expect them to be that great in open play. So United being able to find a way, which is crazy for me to be saying right now because I've been super hypocritical on the idea of set pieces.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised in a sense, because you would think with all the things that need to be worked on, they wouldn't have the time to carve out to work on set pieces, right? You would think there's other things that need to be addressed. So whether it is something they've intentionally been looking at and trying to improve, I think it's huge. It's clearly a huge part of the game now, whether we like it or not.
It's the way the league's going.
Yeah, I think more importantly to be able to defend them. But I mean, even more of an addition and an added bonus if you're struggling to find a goal, to have that as an outlet and another opportunity. I mean, Facuna's going to love hearing me say all that, but it is what it is. With where the game's at, you have to be able to take advantage or at least hold your own in these situations.
I don't think anyone's saying that you're not allowed to score set pieces or you're a terrorist.
No.
Like that. It's just when teams are overly reliant on the set pieces when there's reservations about it. And to Arsenal's credit, they've been scoring open play goals lately. We've laid off of them a lot. In that sense, we have other issues with them that we talk about still, but that's not one of them lately. United, if you guys become overly reliant on set pieces, every game it has to be a set piece or you're not scoring a goal, that's where the issue comes in for me.
Yeah.
Not just if you're good at set pieces, congratulations, you have another way of scoring, like Grant was saying, just to sum it all up, I guess. But you don't want that to be the only way to score, because then there's an issue.
It's a little bit of the flirting versus harassment meme when it comes to set pieces, where like United are doing it because so it's not that they're too reliant on it, but United just haven't found a way to play through teams yet, right? And so when they play teams like Palace who give them the ball, that's a way for them to try to win games. Whereas like
Are
Arsenal,
you celebrating corner kicks?
no, I every time we get a corner or
No,
there's a
that's
corner
not
on us,
okay.
I'm like,
Important.
fuck. God damn it, another corner. But they've just been good.
I mean, you're also missing 2 of your front 3, and I think
two of our
kind of at least how I see United is that's their everything in terms of goal scoring. I've said, I think the system holds back the quality in some of the attackers. So for those guys to be missing, and based on my logic, yeah, you're going to have to be even more reliant on. You're going to have to find another way. And the set pieces aren't only just putting in a cross, but at least when I watch my team, we have a lot of trouble defending that second ball. So having the tenacity, the right positioning to win the second ball and then score, it's important. All these things are important. And when you're missing guys and you need to adjust, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I think, I mean, I watched your 5 things video, Dylan. Dallo was probably huge in this game. I mean, just looking at it. And Palace away is not an easy game. Palace in general is just a tough game. So, yeah, you beat them with their own medicine. I don't know if it was their last performance, but like 2 hideous set piece goals to win the game. And that's Palace's game. It's what they do. So you need to be able to have your attack going right. And we know how Amarim, what he wants at those wing back positions, and Dallo is not that. So good on him for stepping up and being able to have a short memory and put in a good shift, it seems.
The one thing that I do enjoy about Amarim is he's not afraid to say stuff to players openly or in
Dorgu.
public. Yeah, and no, he reamed into Dorgu in the media and then went and put him on the pitch when United were defending a 1-goal lead. And Dorgu did really well. He won a free kick and got out. It's about standard setting to a certain extent.
Calling
and,
out, not calling out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I'll be the first person to tell you when I'm right about a player or when I'm wrong about a player. And I can flip my narrative on a player so long as they prove to me that they are what they are. In this match, Dalot was fantastic. I was really impressed with his ability to get forward in this one. It's just something that we haven't seen much of. And I don't know if it's because Mount was in front of him, but I'm thinking that it was because Mount's just such an intelligent footballer. He just is in the right spot at the right time. Like, this is my biggest gripe when Ahmed's playing out on the left, is he just doesn't know the space as well as he does on the right. And so when he's playing on the left, it just kind of clunks some stuff up. And Dallo or Dorgu just aren't very good in those spots. But this was a big bounce back match. I mean, this was literally like one of the worst losses United have had in a long time against Everton. And then you go into Sellers Park and you pick up a 2-1 win when you're trailing by a goal at half. That's a big result. It's a big result. And now they're in 7th.
Like 8th or 7th. But like, even if, I mean, I just remember seeing a lot of noise yesterday regarding Everton's performance and people going back to sack Amarim now just because of what Everton did after beating you guys. So again, to your point, Dylan, who knows how loud that noise would be right now if they weren't able to turn it around. And I think it's important to be able to show that you can turn it around, that you're capable of that.
I was watching a different sport yesterday. I was watching lacrosse because of me working for the team. But every time that our team scored, the other team would score, and then we'd score right back. And there's a certain level of momentum stopping, right? And so when you have that chop and change that United have had over the last year and a half, it's really hard to be progressive. But now United, if we go back to that 5-game kind of window, United are unbeaten in 4 of their last 5 again. And so it's about building that positive momentum, even when you take a step back. And so United, they played poorly, and now they are right back to, you win on Thursday against West Ham, who don't have Paqueta. You're now, you've got that same 4 and 5, and you've got 2 in a row, and you're pushing towards something. So that's it's kind of where I sit with United right now. Alrighty. It's time to get to the biggest game of the weekend. If you haven't heard Grant's 5 things, go check it out. I'm going to listen to it after this because we went straight into recording. So 10-man Chelsea earn a point against Arsenal. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Chelsea?
Yeah, why not? Why
start
not?
with how they came out the game.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the performance was really positive. I thought we were set up well. I feel like we all kind of saw both right backs starting, with one of them being in midfield. Yeah, I thought up until the red card, we were the likelier team to score. I wouldn't say we were separating ourselves by a ton, but definitely more forward thinking, more positive. And then deserving red card, really reckless tackle. He was teetering throughout the game. Tons of yellows being given out early. I think Zubamendi was the first guy booked, actually, then Cucurella, but everyone was in the book. So he had a few that were close, and then that was as clear cut as it gets. But we've had our experience with red cards this year, and
was
the
the stat you
manager was
said?
able. It's our
How many-
seventh. Yeah, it's including Maresca's, but I mean it's still
7th
crazy.
and what?
15.
7 and 15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically a red card every other game. That's
Yep.
crazy.
yeah. One of them's the manager at the end, but still, it's not.
Yeah.
They talked about it. The commentators did
flattering.
make a good point. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not
top
flattering.
down mentality. Like you got to set an example.
No doubt. So yeah, that was really disappointing. But Maresca's learned from his mistakes and his discrepancies managing a game down a man. Against United, we saw how shambolic it was. Brighton, I would argue, also. And I thought we continued to compete. Anytime Sanchez was able to claim a ball in the second half, able to get it to one of our wide men and go forward. I thought we created just as much as they did, even down to 10 men. Really proud of the performance. I think it took everybody. Everyone played well. At worst, like 7s out of 10. Yeah, I think the guys showed a lot, but kind of what I was speaking about on my 5 things. The red card, whatever it is, there's always something. That's always what kind of leaves me with reservations with the group that we have. There's always something. It always feels like we're like a half step behind, getting in our own way. But yeah, I'm happy with the performance. I thought the guys kept their head up, and they continued to go for it. They didn't back down. There was a threat from them the whole game. I was surprised we didn't make a sub after Delap 10 minutes into the second half, but those guys were so dug in. They knew the assignment, and again, everybody was on their A game as soon as Caicedo got sent off. So I'm really happy with the performance. Just a shame we got another red card, couldn't capitalize further.
Yeah. I think it's it was a really interesting game in general. I thought from minute 1, it was just everybody on 10 toes. It's funny, the commentators, which they were talking about Caicedo getting red, which they were making it sound like he gets reds all the time. And he's only had 1, I think, in his professional career before
I
this.
think
His first
I
club
don't
one
think
for
that's
us.
what they meant. It did sound like that to me at first, but then as they went on, it was more that like
Teeters the
once he
line.
gets in this, when he gets in this zone, he can't get out of the zone. So
That's how he
it's
plays.
likely if he gets a yellow, there's
A
likelihood
he's
that he
fantastic
gets
on a
another
yellow.
Yeah,
He's
but
fantastic
not when
on a
you're
yellow.
at this 110%.
To your point, when you're in that
speed.
mode,
Yeah,
when you're in that
I
mode,
think he was just too up for the occasion, if anything, on the day. And it got the better of him. He really wanted to kill him too on every
Yeah,
time.
he did.
So I respect
And-
it, but you gotta keep your head on that one.
Enzo was able to do a job as well. I thought Andre Santos would come on at some point, just for how good he's been out of possession lately, just cutting passing lanes, physicality, athleticism. But Enzo Fernandez absolutely did the job. Again, another leader that we have on the field, and these guys stepped up. Cucurella had a yellow early in the first half. I think that's a big part on how they were able to equalize. He wasn't as tight as I think he should be when Saka's able to create that little bit of space, get a ball in. You catch Fofana in no man's land. But I think Fofana, again, bar from the goal where he, again, just kind of fell asleep, his front-footed pressure is huge, and it also gives Chalobah the confidence to play. And I think both of them were really strong in the duels, aerially, on the ground. Again, bar the goal. I thought everyone was able to just get stuck in and have a proper performance. João Pedro looked way more intense than he has in past games. So being able to rest him more, not relying on him to be our everything, which he shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm really happy with the performance. Palmer, it's a shame we didn't get to see him come on. But again, as soon as we got a red card, we kind of knew this would not be a game for him. Estevao came off halftime. He missed a few big chances, I'd say, but he created 3 chances in the first half, more than anyone else on the field combined. I saw.
You
if that's a
you didn't
bad,
have the
if that's a bad,
opportunity to be wasteful after the red card is
exactly.
the main thing,
If
I
that's a
think.
bad performance, so be it. Every time he starts, we have a red card and his performance gets sabotaged. But I think it made sense bringing Garnacho on at halftime and just having those relentless outlets. And Garnacho understood the assignment. He knew exactly what he was put on to do, and he did a great job. So I'm glad we're starting to see that where people are bought in. They understand what their jobs are. We're not seeing too many egos, but again, that also comes with results, right? So if the results start to drop, we might start hearing some more noise. But I'm really happy with the performance today.
Yeah,
I think
you guys.
the only thing that I'd
Go ahead.
add to that is shout out Bert Sanchez
Yeah,
for his shot stopping today.
yeah,
Immense.
man of the match.
It was the little things. It was the slight movement of his positioning before going down for the save on a lot of those that I think made him look way easier of saves than they needed to be. But he really surprised me today just with some of the shots he saved.
He surprised me for over 6 months now. I mean, he's been amazing. It's not just the shot stopping, but the claiming. His presence in the box is huge. The distribution, he had one or two bad giveaways today, but for the most part, get it out,
One was forced.
make the pass when it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has absolutely changed it. I don't know if I ever said it on the pod, but I think I might have said in the chat at least. He's a brain cell away from just being world class. Like world class may be a bit of a push, but he has shown that he does have quality. The mistakes, you're starting to see much less of it. And yeah, he was absolutely huge in that game for us too, no doubt.
Yeah, he's no longer the issue at the club. Like I don't look at the goalkeeper position as one where I think you guys absolutely have to go in the market.
We're seeing Magnan reports, and I'm not even like moved. I don't think we need to do that. I don't even think
he really has been that good over the last 6 months, and he's absolutely
never could have seen it coming. Never could have seen it coming.
Yeah. Okay. I want to switch gears to Arsenal because I have been so clear on this every time that Facundo comes on, and he always disputes the idea of it. But I said that Arsenal have to be good in the moments. They have to be good in the moments because they aren't good in the moments. And after a big win midweek against Bayern, they came into Chelsea flying high, up a man for 70 minutes, and came away with only a point. Like let's look at the big games, the big moments this year that aren't in the Champions League. So we've got United, which United outplayed them, and they beat them 1-0. That's one check. They then drew it home to City, who literally chose to sit off and were not in good form. They lost to Liverpool, which we've all seen are awful. And then they go into this match against Chelsea and they draw again. I thought
Tottenham doesn't count as a big game. I respect it.
What was it?
Tottenham doesn't count as a big game.
Not. No, to plug my own video pathetic, here, bro. You can go look at why I think Thomas Frank's going to end up getting sacked.
Yeah,
pathetic. They are pathetic. And so I look at this team and I go, they're not built for those moments. They're not. I look, they might get them in the Champions League now that they got that. I think that Real Madrid game last year kind of gave them the confidence. But when they get in moments that they're not comfortable with, they just don't get over the hump. Like it takes some crazy thing. Like
they didn't look comfortable today.
No,
they did not look comfortable at any point in the game. Not to say they didn't have their moments of quality, but they were never comfortable. As soon as the 10 men, as soon as we lose a guy, I'm immediately worried about Eze. Lewis Skelly comes on at half. He's great with space. Odegaard comes on. I just thought with a man advantage, that might have been enough to at least create and threaten us. And it just wasn't there. I think a lot of credit goes to Chelsea and Maresca and how we set up to make them uncomfortable. But yeah, no one really took the game by the scruff of the neck. Saka had a really good moment of quality to create the goal. But genuinely outside of that, there really wasn't too much. Facundo, I'll give him his
outside of
his word. To be honest. Yeah, he wasn't upset. He was very unhappy. Quote, "We're playing like idiots. We're rushing. We can't play at the bridge. We were dog shit. I'll take a point." Reece was his man of the match as well. We'll get into that in a second. But
I'll take a point.
Given the performance. I don't want to set him up and take him out of context.
No, I know,
but
like
it was a bad performance.
I think that just says everything that I'm saying here. There is no reason that Arsenal should not have gone into this game and picked up 3 points. The fact that
favorites up a man on paper, yeah, he's right. Like there's no reason.
There's no excuse. And this is where I keep every time I want to compliment Arsenal for what they're doing, they put in a performance like this. And I know the Saliba miss was big, but it wasn't like that mattered in this one. They were up a man.
Down to 10, yeah.
They were up a man. and then they
Rice
concede
dunked
off
on
a
by
set piece.
Chalobah.
Yeah, it just I sit here and I think every time I think that Arsenal might get over the hump, they do something like this and it totally leaves a sour taste in my mouth. And I can't get over that. I really can't. And until they prove me otherwise, like I can't be high on them like I've been trying to be. Make me look stupid.
I'm just glad we didn't hand them the title on a silver platter. I think if we were to lose this game, even with the context of a red card, it's just not how you respond in a derby to the point where if you lose this game, you're giving them a great platform to go on and run away with the league. So I think it was really important that we were able to dig in and make sure that we weren't the ones to let that happen.
Yeah. The difference is now 2 matches, which is the return leg at the Etihad and the return leg at the Emirates, right? For
Yeah.
City and for
Some big
Chelsea, for
games.
it to be right there. And what City's off by how many now?
5 points, I believe.
5.
And Chelsea's only 6. So it's not. It's
If we
it's
stay within this one game outside of that Etihad win, like I have no confidence for Arsenal.
yeah. It's
They need to build a lead before that. I know it's late in the season, but I'm just not confident, and I'll continue to say it on the internet for everyone to see.
They had it. They had their chance, but in a match that was highlighted on NBC as the Caicedo versus Rice show, the best midfielder on the pitch was Reece James. I have the best right back in the world. I think he might just be the best utility player in the world. Ask him to do anything, he just does it, and he does it to a 8 at the minimum. Today was a 10 out of 10 performance. I think that you could look at him as man of the match.
Yeah, he did win it.
Yeah. So Grant, Mr. Reece James.
Tear in my eye, man. Like, kind of what I was saying about Mount, but just to see him fit is huge. The big difference, I mentioned it in my 5 things, but when I'd see him sprint, like, I feel something like, I hope it's okay. So to be past that point and just to see what a monster this guy is at full tilt, right? Starting out as the partner next to Caicedo, but then becoming the deputy in the middle, right? The director, if you will, the deepest lying midfielder. And throughout the game, he's everywhere on the ball, the quality, stepping in, being able to drive with the ball, win fouls, draw yellow cards in a game where you need to be able to take the sting out of it down a man to win those fouls is so big. He was absolutely everywhere. I've been a little critical of him in midfield, not when he's inverting, but starting as a midfielder. It's a lot different of a job. Higher expectation. It's a tougher one. And I mean, like you said, this was the Rice Caicedo duel. I mean, Reece James was far and away the best player on the pitch today. I don't think it was close. I mean, his quality was everywhere. Being able to drop in at right back when Gusto's high up and we lose the ball, stepping up in midfield, pressing, winning the ball, the tackles, the strength on the ball. You can't take this guy off the ball. I mean, everything. He can do literally everything. I think he could do a job up top, right? What can't this guy do? I mean, we saw him put in a shift at center back against Liverpool. Just an immense player. He can. I don't know what else to say. I don't have the words. I mean, he can literally do everything on the football pitch.
Yeah, you're right.
And we've talked about it prior, but if he was fit consistently, I don't think we'd be having a conversation about best right back in the world. But this is how the cookie crumbles, and honestly, this transition to DM we might not even see without those injuries. So this just might be the plan for him. Let him go cook in the middle. I think it just is a testament to his intelligence on the pitch. Everything that you said, being able to cover those areas defensively, and then still being able to contribute offensively. Like, yes, he has tech, and he's good on the ball, and he's strong, but he's just so smart, and that's the main thing with me is that he can play multiple positions and be world class in multiple positions. It's a real look at his intelligence as a footballer.
Yeah, he rarely ever does something wrong. Ever. Like, puts a pass wrong, is in the wrong spot. Like, it rarely ever happens. This performance, I mean, Rice was looked at as one of, I mean, most people were saying he was the best midfielder in the league. From minute one, they had Reece James man marking him. And if this game stayed at 11s, I'm telling you, I haven't seen anyone make Declan Rice that uncomfortable in a match so far this season. I think physically, there hasn't been someone to really fire hydrant him in a certain sense. Like every time Rice got the ball, Reece James was right there. It was like one shoulder into him, making him uncomfortable. And I don't, on 11s, if this game had stayed in 11s, if Caicedo hadn't got the red, I don't even know if Arsenal come close to even getting a point. It was that type of performance from Reece James where I thought that he would have just taken over, which sucks.
You know what they say, Dylan? Chrysler looks like a phantom till the phantom pulls up.
Until the phantom pulls up.
Our right back's the best midfielder in the league too. What are we talking about? Yeah, no, seriously though, to just look at him as a right back, I find at this point it's disingenuous, right? He can do everything. I mean, we talked about when he first really came onto the scene, high and wide wing back, just putting in crosses, thunder bastards from outside the box, scoring goals, how like the attacking phase. But then it turned into, oh man, now he's playing right center back. Now he's playing DM. I mean, he can do anything. He can really do anything on the pitch. It's again, just he needs to stay fit. That's what's most important. And he looks very fit. He looks more than capable physically. Played the full 90 today with 10 men. No, that's a tough job out of possession, a lot of running. But yeah, I mean, physically, I think it's hard to compete with the guy. Again, the whole Timber argument. Timber's a great player. There's no need to just throw him into these types of conversations. I remember Facundo was trying to get in my ear about Ben White 2 years ago. Like, I'm not entertaining these conversations. It's silly to me. Timber's a really good right back, but I think it's not even disrespectful to him. It's just Reece James is such a ridiculous caliber of player, and I think he did display that today. That there's levels.
He's really on a different planet when it comes to that conversation of right backs for me. At least I don't really see anyone on that stratosphere. It's Reece James then the pack.
Right backs right now. Also,
well, I mean, the only other right back
that's many
Hakimi.
right backs.
In the league, there's no one, but Hakimi is the only other right back on the planet that I think you can have an argument on. He's very, very good, but they do very different things. Reece James being, I mean, his job just became a lot harder, right? He's going to have to play the 6 through a very congested level of this.
We were playing some fodder. I think we might see some Andre cameos, Dylan. I think you'll be very excited to hear that.
I think he will play, but you also have Palmer just working back from injury. I think there's just the idea
in a title race now. Do not think
Reece played a lot of DM Conference League, the knockouts of the Conference League, and again, I'm not saying those levels are what we're coming up against coming up, but we've seen him play the role before. Getting more acclimatized. So
it's not a question of having him do it. I just think with Caicedo having a 3-game suspension now, you're gonna
devastating stuff. By the way, it's very devastating.
I think he's your MVP. I think for future pods, it'll be really interesting to see how you guys adapt to not having him for that long.
He started every game last year.
Yeah, so not having him it's a massive loss.
Yeah, we didn't start him against Burnley. He did rest against Burnley, but again, it's Burnley, respectfully. So.
Well, let's jump into the midweek mayhem then, with that on the topic, and we'll start with Chelsea. I know that City's first, but let's just keep with the Chelsea talk because now you don't have Caicedo, and you play a team that just showed City that they are absolutely up for any task in Leeds.
Nah, City honk. I'm not worried about it. Nah, any game's tough in this league. I think that's what we're starting to realize. Bar again, like maybe even a Wolves, but. No game will really be a walk in the park. So all of these teams, like a Leeds, they're absolutely up for it, especially at Ellen Road. That's not going to be a game you kind of waltz in, make 10 changes, and come out 3-0. It's not going to happen. So you need to be able to put that game away early. I don't know if they start Palmer. We might see Delap, João Pedro combo. It's filthy low block. Leeds a really strong physical team. So you're going to have to be up for it in that sense as well. Probably going to see a lot of rotation though, if I had to guess. But again, that's
backs at the end of the day. I think.
Tosin, please.
If they come out with the press that they did against us, I'm not sure that they're going to. I haven't watched them enough this year, but that would be the only thing that scares me for you guys. Is
I'd like to see a Chempong play.
Or Sanchez, I'd
like to see a Chempong play. It's been a while. really sound out the back. Thaddeus Shield also back from injury. I don't know if they play both of them together, even though they look great against Liverpool. Tosin's kind of out of favor, but it really is. My eyes are always on that center back pairing. And I don't think you're going to see Fofana play again. He's started the last two. So that's what it comes down to. But again, don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Be professional. And we really shouldn't have too many problems. Do we just want to predict each one after we cover them?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys feeling?
I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. I'm getting greedy again. 3-0.
3-0. I just think that the not having Caicedo will lead to just one going in where you're just not ready for it. You're not expecting it. Like maybe he's just like in possession, someone doesn't make a tackle, and then you don't have the guy that just has been there to recover and kind of sweep up the garbage.
Right. What do you think, Mila?
Let's go 2-0 Chels.
2-0 Chels. Cool. Alrighty, let's now go to the first game of the window, which is City on Tuesday against Fulham, which now I think becomes a bit of a trickier task because they finally got this bad form out of the way. They've started to put together some performances. Mila, you are Mr. Fulham on FM, so how are you feeling about this match?
Watch out for Kevin.
Sold most of these guys, so no. Yeah, like you said, they've been picking up their form lately, and could be dangerous. I think we should be able to take care of business. It's kind of with what I was saying with the Chelsea game is just do what you need to do tactically. I'm not sure how Fulham are going to come out, but if we have 13 out of any of the players we have in that 11, I think we should be able to take care of business. I don't have a tactical breakdown for this.
What? Yeah, they'll probably go 5 back if I had to guess.
Probably.
I think they'll go 5 back. I'm feeling a little 2-1.
I don't know about that. Bassey's
a
a good profile to handle Holland, so it could see someone else having to step up in this game.
Yeah, could be. Do you think Marmoush maybe gets a chance?
No, I don't understand. Like, I understand people wanting him to play.
I gotta see it. He's on my team.
Too soon, bro. There's no point in getting him ready to play. Like, it's silly.
Shame.
Maybe Cherky though.
Cherky starts
instead of Bernardo. But I don't know. Bernardo's been kind of a mainstay in the team lately.
Yeah,
at least to start the games. So, yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Keeping Reinders in this side.
Reinders, Foden, Nico.
Yeah. Be a little more combative in the midfield. They're going to try to do that. They're going to try to be more
I think
physical.
we can do that. They have legs in the midfield, but they're not too structured, in my opinion.
No, they yeah, that's a good point.
If we put a little pizzazz in that midfield, some runners to take care of their defense, I think we should be good. But you never know. I feel like teams playing against City have been trying new things and finding success through that, not playing how they normally would. We just don't hear about it as much because Pep doesn't complain like Slot. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think every game against City's pretty interesting nowadays, just to see how the other team is going to try to stop the Norwegian meat slab and just try to score on Donnarumma. I think it's a really interesting thought process for the coaches, opposition coaches, every match. But we've seen a lot of success for other teams. So
yeah, that's where my eyes are at. Holland hasn't scored in 2 matches. What the fuck is he gonna do, huh? I know. In 2 straight matches, Holland hasn't scored. Or it's 3. It's 3 matches he hasn't scored. So what the fuck is Holland gonna do?
See him after the game with Pep.
Yeah,
their little chat.
Yeah, I have it as the thumbnail for the Foden piece, which it was a very funny image. Like,
I mean, I feel like we know what he's saying. He's saying boss. I only got crossed the ball today. And like nothing on the ground, all
Like-
in the air. And he did fucking great on some of those to even put his head on it and put
True.
it on target. But like, that's not his game. You're just profiling tall guy header. Like, no, we know by this point that it's not it's the main point of his scoring.
He's not
It's
Chris
not with
Wood.
his head. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That needs to change a little bit, but it comes with the
Predict.
Yeah, I was gonna say Grant's got 2-1
Predicky.
City, I think, or unless he was going Fulham there.
2-1 City.
Let's go 3.
Comfortable 2-1 though.
City.
3-1 City.
No, 3-0.
3-0. 3-0 City. I'll go 2-0 City. I think you guys get back on track with the defense, with the clean sheet. Alrighty, and then the last game of the slate for midweek stuff is United versus West Ham.
Oh,
I just got out of the idea of United winning a game, so I don't even know if it's at home or not.
It's at home.
Okay, so it's at home.
you.
West Ham.
It's Julio.
I know they
It's
went through
little
a
West Ham.
better.
Oh.
They went through a better run of form, but like they've been reliant on Callum Wilson to be like very good. Nuno's got Nuno ball fully intact now. Like they are not holding possession; they are hitting people on the counter, which goes against everything that United do well, right? So
Trap game.
it could be, but I don't know. I'm feeling good. I think Cunha will be back. Apparently, he just almost got knocked out in training. No big deal. That was the minor injury he had. He almost got knocked out. He just has a mild concussion.
Got a good chin though. That's good.
Fucking well, he's Brazilian, so I just don't. Sometimes I don't understand the reporting when it comes to injuries. Like you can't say it's a mild injury and then he misses 2 matches and it was an almost concussion it was a concussion that lingered for.
Was he like sparring with Charles Oliveira? What was going on?
If I had to guess, I'm not gonna guess. Someone probably
just slapped him.
I don't know.
It was the Idrissa Gana Gay altercation.
Yeah, same exact situation. Yeah, West Ham aren't like a pushover team.
No, they're not
for sure. So yeah, we'll see what they do, but
it'll be hard fought.
It'll be hard fought. They'll make it.
Could totally see you guys walking away with a draw, but
yeah, I can see that too.
Did I call a 0-0 for Palace United?
No, you took Palace to win. Mila took a draw.
Okay, because I might take a 0-0 here. You know,
yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think that they've not the Paqueta. You guys know I don't rate him very highly, but like not having him is a loss. It's a big, not a big loss, but it's a loss for them.
They've had, I think, Mateus Fernandez, not just because I've picked him up in fantasy, but I think he's been performing well for them.
Yes.
So I think, honestly, I'll probably go 1-1. I still think all they really need is a quick sliver, especially with a guy like Bowen. If he's able to just get on the end of something, like he doesn't need much to make something happen. So I also think both defenses aren't capable of keeping a clean sheet is also part of my thought on it. Whether it's a set ball for both teams to get in the goals, but it's going to be cagey. I think it'll be cagey.
Yeah, I'm feeling obviously more confident because we won a game, but I just in general, I think I'm feeling a lot better about the team's ability to respond. And I think that teams that are progressing don't lose back-to-back games at home, especially against bad opposition.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting us to go out there with a certain level of like, look, there's an opportunity here to take care of business. Let's take care of business. I think that United have the certain personnel to do that with Bruno and Mbeumo hasn't scored in 2 games. So I expect him to get back on the slate of games or slate of goals. I just don't think that they offer much. And I think that our strengths outweigh their strengths against us to a certain extent. Tactically, I just don't, they aren't the team that makes you like ask questions in the midfield. Like even if they are overloading it, like it's Souček and Fernandez and Potts, I think like they're just like not the best side. It's just the question of are they going to hit United on the counter and can United deal with it when the counter happens? Because it will. I don't know. Mila, how are you feeling on the match?
1-0 United.
1-0 United.
Yeah,
Maguire, 83rd minute.
He's hurt.
Tough game, but just get a goal, hold on to it. West Ham don't really scare me in terms of their attacking prowess. So
Yeah. Look, they
Greg's
like.
right though. You guys have been struggling to keep a clean sheet lately, but
Yeah, well,
this is the time. Get
You had me at Grant's right.
there's always a time where things have to change. I don't think we get a clean sheet though. I'm not that confident.
I'm not crazy.
If anyone scores, it's Bowen, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I can't
I can see
back
that
a
happening.
Bowen goal in my predicky. So
I'm gonna go 3-1
Sacrilegious.
United. I just don't.
sorry.
I think 3-1 United.
Mm.
I think they get back-to-back wins, help build some momentum. Look, Liverpool scored 2 against them, and we're better than Liverpool, so which is crazy to say. I just don't like this West Ham team. I just don't rate them highly, which will make me
Why are
very,
you
very
saying it like
upset.
you only don't like this iteration of the West Ham team? It almost sounded like you were implying you have liked West Ham teams of the past.
I
and
think
I
there
take
was
issue with
a
that.
West Ham team that I did enjoy watching, but it kind of just comes down
Bro.
to certain players not being very likable.
I understand.
There's Dimitri. No. How long ago was that?
A long time ago.
I gotta find it.
Hey, we're gonna unk ourselves here. Was that 15-16?
Dimitri
season?
Payet.
Is that, or was it later? I'm trying to think.
That's understandable. If we're talking
Dude,
Thomas
he had a streets
Suchek-led
won't forget
teams,
season.
yeah.
no, I understand. Then that's acceptable.
Yeah, 2016, 2015, 2016, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the honestly, the team that won the conference league under Moyes was fun. Like
Sure.
in terms of just
I
enjoying
wouldn't
it.
say
Have a soft
fun,
spot
but
for
like they
Moyes.
knew what they were.
They were yeah, they
They
were
knew
just
what
like I didn't hate that West Ham side,
Sure.
and like that was when Rice was like still Irish.
I don't think he was at that point.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was English, but they were just more enjoyable. So
Okay.
whatever. I'm going 3-1. I'm back in United
3-1.
to not ruin my weekend. That's a strong statement.
We
but
did it.
Whatever. Cool. Well, 7 points in the pod. Big results, I think, all around in terms of just progressing
Yeah, you
forward.
gotta stop saying it like that. Stop reminding me you guys got 3 points.
We
doesn't
got
help.
3
No, he
points.
does it on
We're in
purpose.
7th.
There's 7 points among the 3 of us. Do the math.
I'm upset. Okay.
Look, we're all in the top half. That hasn't happened really many times during this podcast. So
Which is
let
crazy.
let me have my win here. We're only 3 points off of you guys, which is also a crazy stat.
Oh my god.
This is
Where
what I've
did you
been
come
saying,
from,
dude? This is like it's so like negative over here with some of these people talking about their teams, Chelsea, United. I'm like, look at the fucking table. Like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah, you're 1 win from literally top
My
3.
cup's almost full, Mila. My cup should be overflowing. That's the problem. That's the problem. I need more.
Oh wow.
Oh,
All right, well,
so good.
in the next episode, we will have We Are Soccer on to talk about this midweek slate of games and then get into the weekend's game. That'll be episode 74. But until that point, I'm Dylan. That's Mila. Grant's below us. This has been episode 73, and we will see you guys in the next one.
2 words for him. Different gravy. Glorious goal! Wreathed in red. We're really seeing the most extraordinary finish here. On this day of days, has he delivered? Just magnificent! Potentially life-changing! That's football. Minute you let it under your skin, then you begin to make it better.